Hello buddy, this is LoadMF with top 10 best tips for solo players in Rust. Since my solo adventure series has become such a big hit and a few of you have been asking me for do some tips for solo players, I've decided to make this video. So I hope you'll be able to use some of these tips in your Rust solo adventures, and without further ado, let's get right into the tips. Number 1. So these tips are in no particular order, but I find this tip to be the most important, so I put it at the top of my list. And this tip is to pick your fights. If you've ever been in a clan, you most likely pick every fight you see unless you're clearly outnumbered or outgunned, but as a solo player, we have to pick our fights super wisely and super fast. So like if we see a group of 2 to 3 people, we have to decide right then and there to either fight or run. So only choose your fights if you have a good shot in winning. There's nothing wrong with running away because you worked your ass off for all that hard-earned resources and loot and everything, so it's okay to run. Number 2. Trust no one. Okay, some people are fine to trust, but as a given rule, you don't want to trust all these random people because most of the time they're going to betray you. So if you see like a group of 3 coming at you and they're saying friendly, I wouldn't trust them unless you know them. So just keep in mind that most people aren't trustworthy. If you have something important on you, don't trust them, just run away or kill them. Number 3. I see way too many people building these massive bases when only they have a wooden door at the front with a key lock, or the roof is wide open and they have like a sheet metal door. I'm like, where's your roof? I can raid tower into that right now. So my advice for all you solo players out there, or even these clans, is to build your bases small. Pick a base design that you can expand upon easily. A common base design is a 2x1 for solo players or a 2x2 for clans. I make more practical base designs other than some Rust YouTubers, so if you want to use their designs, I would recommend you to build a little shack for resources, because a lot of designs from other YouTubers require you to build in a certain way, place some boxes before ahead of time, and I like to have mine more practical. So I have some playing right now if you want to check them out, but they'll also be in the description for all you people on mobile, because I know you cannot click those links because I have tried. Also, if you want some bases on ideas, there's a site called rustbase.com, and it has like a huge list of base designs. It's not fully done, it doesn't have like every base, but it's a pretty good spot to just start to look at some bases to see what you want to use for your next wipe. And no, this was not sponsored. I just found it to be a cool site so you can like find your base and say, hey, I want to build this or something similar. Number 4. This tip flows into my last one, and it is to build a well-designed base. Us solo players cannot farm as much as a clan, it's just not possible. So what we had to do is design a better base of them, because a lot of clans have poorly designed base. A lot of these groups, their bases are just crappy. So what we had to do is either A, if it's a huge base and it's going to reach you for sure, build a hidden loot room, or B, just design a super awesome base that they're not going to raid it, have like separate loot rooms, everything like that. But this tip is very important so you don't get offline raided, and that way you can play throughout the week. Number 5. If any of you have watched my solo adventure series, you probably have noticed that a few of my kills come from killing people farming, just because they don't expect it and it's an easy shot, easy kill. So I have a couple of farming tips for you guys. First off is to look around when you're farming. So many people do not do this. The simplest way is just to hold the Alt key and move your cursor, but I don't find this way as good because you can get shot because you're standing still. The more efficient way is to move around while hitting, and then in between hits you look around. This way it's a lot more intense on your body and everything, so pick your choice. If you think you're safe, you can just hold Alt, but you are vulnerable to all these headshots, so just be careful. My second tip is to farm at night. With this new Gamma update, not as many people go out at night, and if they do go out, they usually have a flashlight. So just listen up for them because you'll probably hear them coming unless they hear you farming from farther away. So, which goes back to my first point, which is look around because they might come for you. And my last tip is to farm with a buddy. If you can make an alliance with another solo player or 2, like you can go out farming together. And if you meet with another clan and you have to have a firefight, it's better to have 2 people than just yourself. Even if your teammate's a bad shot, he will be a good distraction so you can kill the rest of the people. Number 6. So another way to gather resources other than the farming is to kill other people. But it's extremely hard to kill geared guys because they usually have a teammate, so just don't try killing them. Done. Next tip. Kidding. Basically what you want to do is either make sure they have no teammates around, or let the clans fight it out, you know? Let them fight it out. Just go put all your resources away in a stash in your base. Base is more preferred. And then just go take like a bow out and then just go scavenge some stuff. I've had great success with this. Got in bolts, AKs, and just banked it at base. So what you want to do is go to the fight and sneak up behind one of the teams, or even like right beside. Wait until one of the persons is really low and they go away from their teammate, or even just really low, and you just take your bow out or any other silent weapon, shoot him, and gather the loot. Also, a lot of times people are dead in the clan fights, so you want to go just grab the dead body, take what you can, and leave. Or if there isn't too many people around left, you just go shoot them and win. Most of the time though, there'll be a decent amount of people there, or if you do stay, you'll get base camped. There'll be a bolty shooting at you. So I would usually just get 1 or 2 bodies and leave, but you can also stash it away in a little stash and come back. But usually your base is the safest option. Number 7. So this tip is extremely important for you to find out on your own, because it differs from person to person. And the tip is to find a server population that you like. If you play on too high of a population server, you find way too many Zerg groups, and spend most of your time in a bush, which I personally do not find fun. But some people will find it more fun because there's a lot more action, more adrenaline rush, you name it. So find a server number that's right for you. I generally like 100 to 150 pop servers because I don't find as many Zergs there, but they're still present. You can't get away from them. Zergs are in Rust forever. So if the server population's too low though, you will run out of people to find. It's like impossible to find them. That's why I found on a 70 pop server, I just mid through the week, nobody's there. I basically had to offline raid people. It wasn't as fun, so I think 100 to 150 people is good because it stays decently strong throughout the week. Number 8. So if any of you are venturing into playing solo, then you have to learn something crucially important, which is to get good at PvP. Clans will always outnumber you, no matter what, unless you have an alliance. So we had to become a better shot than them. Usually Zerg groups are bad shots, so we had to take advantage of that. We had to become a better shot, so then we can take multiple of them out before they can even get close to us. So my advice is to go practice on a modded server or on something like Rust Wed Sat. I find that one really nice to use beginner weapons, especially at the start of the wipe. Oh, it's so helpful to have that practice, because on Rust Wed Sat there's so many nakeds near you, and you just become used to all the bodies of nakeds near you, and you just learn to weave around them and throw your spears and everything. It's actually really great practice for the beginning. Also, a great weapon to deal with Zergs is P250, because it has a really nice fire rate and reload is really fast, so you can take multiple enemies out, just land those headshots and you're good to go. So let's practice with that as well on, say, a modded server, or just on any server. Just cherry pick some stones. Don't tell anyone I said that though. Just cherry pick some stones and make a few P250s. Number 9. So this tip is similar to my farming tip, and it is to be alert at all times. So if you have watched me play, you probably have noticed that I hear my enemies before I see them a lot of the time. And that's because I'm just really alert like all the time when I'm playing Rust, because I know if I'm not alert, I'm probably going to get hit in the back of the head and die. So I'd rather not lose all the resources I spent the last like 20 minutes farming up. I'd rather just be alert until I get back to base. So simply just be alert when you're farming, when you're roaming. Be careful that you don't miss the glimpses of enemies, because a lot of people do miss the glimpses of enemies when you're running by. So just look around holding alt so you don't miss anything. The only time you should really relax is when you're in your base, because that should be safe if it's well designed. And Rust is a survival game. Don't you want to survive? Be alert. Number 10. So my last tip is my most important tip, and it is to have fun. Rust is a video game. Have fun while playing it. It's okay to be like offline raided and killed by Zergs. It's part of the game. Just learn from it and build a safer base next time, or bring a gun that you can kill all those Zergs. Or hide in bush. Bushes usually work. Just don't hide in the first bush you see, because if they've seen you, they're gonna check that one. But if they haven't, that first one's usually good to go. But if you've watched me play, I rarely get mad when anything happens, which is unlike most other YouTubers who rage. But that is because I'm more calm, I'm more alert, I want to win the fight more, and I just focus on that than like raging. because I know if I rage, I could like, instead of raging, I could like go back to the fight, bring up the crossbow, and maybe win it. You know, I think more practically than like, get my anger out. I get my anger out by killing people. But anyways, that is my top 10 tips for all you solo players out there. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, remember to leave it a thumbs up. I have some base designs and gameplay below in the description. We're playing all over the place right now, so click on it. You can click it. Okay, it's also right now, so you can click whichever one you want if you want to. But if not, I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks. Peace. Hey guys, this is LoadMF. If you enjoyed that video, remember to give it a thumbs up and share with your friends. If you would like to see my solo adventure series, the most recent one is playing right now, so just click in the middle. If you'd like to see one of my base designs, click on the left. And if you haven't subscribed already, just click on the top. Thanks! Peace.